Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Live broadcast starting soon. We're gonna be live trading. Stand by. We're coming in. We're coming in hot, baby.
Brand new caddy. Brand new caddy.
Nice job, Katie.
Welcome. I was muted. Now I'm not. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for being here, David. Thank you. My man, David, shout out to you. He said you're on mute. Welcome to Trades, my friend. Let's try this again. We are live. Yes, we are. Thank you for being here. My name is Bren. and this is my channel. Thank you for joining us. We're going to click some buttons, try and make some money, but really what we're going to do is execute our process. Consistent results in trading, meaning consistent profit, starts with a consistent process. Consistent profits start with a consistent process. If there's one thing that I have learned about day trading, it is this: consistent results come from consistent process. A lot of day traders don't follow a consistent process and wonder why they're not seeing consistent results. It's because you need a process, man. Come on, man. You need a process, dude. Okay, so my process starts with a checklist, and you're going to see it. I don't mind sharing my process with you. Every day I journal, and I start with a few things. I got my AM rituals: meditation, cold plunge, prayer, sauna, coffee, green smoothie. I got to fuel my brain. I get my mind right. I get my energy right. I get my body in motion. I get some exercise going, and then I come to the charts. After my rituals, I start my recording. Every session is recorded so that I could go back and review. And then I get myself in state. That means I get my energy up. And then I create my before, during, and after journaling process, which is what you're seeing on the screen right now. So that's how it all begins. And I mark the start time, and then I start a timer, okay? So we've got a timer counting down, and every 20 minutes or so, I'm gonna check in with myself, check in on my psychology, check in on my energy, check in on my results, say, okay, where are we at? And every 15 or 20 minutes, we have these mental game, mind, emotion checkpoints, okay? So the next one's coming up right around 7:15, so you can watch for that. But in the meantime, we got to look at the charts and kind of get a sense of what's happening. So now that we got our mind right, now that we started to, check in with our process, we look at the chart. But only after all that stuff do I actually look at the chart. Okay, and that takes discipline. The word of the day, man. Discipline. Put it in the chat. Discipline. Okay, so let's have a look at the daily chart. We were in this bull channel, right? I call this a ping pong pattern because we've just been pinging and ponging about inside this trend line, okay? And I showed you guys on my channel how to draw trend lines. You draw that parallel, you hold down the command key, and you get that parallel. Now notice what happened here. Notice what happened here, guys. You see that? You see that, right? We broke the trend line, okay? And now we are actually heading down, okay? So we're gonna mark that red. Now that's a bear trend, okay? So let's do another parallel, okay? And then what you could see actually is that we even broke that trend, okay? So who knows what's gonna happen today? Yes, this is bearish, okay? However, look at all of this bullishness, okay? So what we're doing in trading is we're weighing the probabilities. We're weighing the probabilities. And what you see is a lot of down, okay? So we got to think with counter logic. Notice on my checklist, man, this is slow. Let's keep this off to the side. That's what I like to do. Just keep it off to the side. That's a much cleaner way of doing it. Okay, so counter logic. Okay, so we start with the high and the low of yesterday. So we did the low of yesterday. Do I think we'll make it all the way up here? Probably not. Okay, but let's draw it just in case. Yesterday was a big bear day. I don't know if you were trading yesterday, but ooh, that was a lot of down. Very strong bear trend. How big was this bear trend? We went down 117 points yesterday. There's not a lot of days like that. And that was fun. And I made money on that, and it was good. It was a little tricky because I was expecting a bounce around here, but I did make some errors. I corrected the errors, and I ended in profit, which is very good to be able to say. So what you have is a strong bear trend day yesterday. Now, usually what happens after a trend day, whether it's a bull trend day or a bear trend day, is you have some sideways action within the first couple hours. So I'm not expecting a whole lot this morning, but let's see. Also, we can't know what the market's gonna do. I don't know what the market's gonna do. You don't know what the market's gonna do. Nobody knows exactly what the market's gonna do. So although we have these patterns as traders, we got these patterns, right? We still got to see what the chart's doing, because we can always be wrong. And ultimately, the chart is supreme. The chart is supreme. The chart is going to tell us what we need to do and what we need to know. And we're just going to look at the chart and we're going to do what the chart tells us to do. And that's how I trade. I'm not here trying to predict. I'm here to do what the chart tells me to do according to my rules and procedures, according to my strategy. All right. And if you are curious about my strategy, hit the link on the screen, tradesbybren.com/3setups. I share my whole thing with you. I give you my 3 best trades, including how I enter, which is the pattern I look for, how I set my stop loss, meaning control my risk, and then how I set my profit targets. So that's cool. All right, so let's turn on our bar counter. On the open, I like to use the bar counter because certain things happen at certain times of the morning. So right around 7 is when I usually look for an entry. Okay, so that potential short entry looks like this bear trend is continuing, right? Notice the bear selling at the moving average. Why is there a tail on the top of bar 6? Because the bear sold. If we switch to a shorter time frame, this is a 5-minute chart. Let's have a look at a 2-minute chart. You see the selling right there. So on the 5-minute chart, you can see a tail, and that shows you that they're selling. Let's put this right here. Now, one thing to note, guys, is the 5,000. Okay, 5,000 is called a psychological level. Okay, so we want to mark that. And there's this funny thing in trading where you have these support and resistance areas that are psychologically important. So big round numbers are always important. People like big round numbers. The people that program the algorithms that move the markets like big round numbers. So usually we will get, these act as magnets. So they're important prices to know. All right, shout out to my man David. Shout out to my man Alex P. What's up, Alex? Thanks for coming back. Shout out to my man Cuz Yo Daddy. Cuz Yo Daddy's feeling a bounce. You're feeling a bounce, and I'm feeling like not predicting, because that's not what I do. I just look at the signals and I do what the chart tells me to, according to my rules and procedures, baby. I think that's a beginner mistake. I hate to call you out, man, but beginners love to make predictions. The professionals, you notice, they're like, I could go this way, but it also could go this way. Probably because they've been wrong enough to know that no one can really guess. We're just trading probabilities. The keyword is probable, guys. Like probably. Like probably. Okay, probably doesn't mean certainly. Probably doesn't mean certainly. It just means probably. And if you can't make the bear and the bull case for your position, you are at a loss, my friend. So cuz my question for you is, what's the bear case? If your bull case is you're feeling a bounce today, first of all, why? Why? Do you trade based on your feelings? Come on, man. Why? Why do you feel that way? What is your opinion based on? What is the basis for your theory, for your premise, for your position? Okay? Thing 1. Thing 2. What's the bear case, dude? Can you make the bear case? Because if you're bullish and you can't make the bear case, ooh, you're at a loss. Ooh, you're at a loss. This is one of my processes for how I trade. I'm like, okay, I need to always be exercising counter logic. Okay, so I'll go first. The bear case for me, at least a possible bear case, is that this bear trend is just continuing down, right? So something like that. Bulls came up to test the top of the channel, this bear channel, and bears are going to get trend continuation down. Okay, so that's a bear case. All right, so this line represents the bear case as far as I can see it. And I think we could probably go, no, just start there. Okay, so that's the bear case. What's the bull case? Yeah, I mean, I guess what Cuz was saying. Lower low double bottom, I suppose. Although I'm not really seeing that. That's a possibility though. Man, Tampa in the house. David, thanks again for the heads up on the mic. Yeah. Middle East is... The Middle East is... Ugh. What to even say about that? Heavy. It's heavy. Prayers going out to my people in the Middle East, man. Wow. Sending prayers and blessings to all of them. Everybody affected by that. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Oh wow. So I've been sharing this chart. I hooked you guys up. I gave you a buy signal there. You took that. You could have rode that up all the way up here. Now we're testing the bottom of this support area, which I marked here as the bottom of the channel, or bottom of the trading range. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Right. But notice on the Bitcoin chart, we're moving down. Right. Moving down, finding support down here. That's why there's tails on tops. These are tails on the bottom. Okay. So we can draw a couple lines. Right. We're in a little bit of a triangle, and that's a trading range. All right, so bear trend continuing. Bulls unable to get followed through here. Okay. So price looking like it wants to go lower. So have a look at that daily chart again. Bearish. 2 consecutive bear bars. Both closing near their lows. That's a sell signal. It's a bearish entry. So yeah, that's good. That's good, strong momentum to the downside. But like we said, we got to weigh the probabilities. And to the left, we've got way more buying pressure. So we just got to wait and watch. We made the bear in the bull case. That's us doing our due diligence. Let's check that ATR. ATR is 8.6. Keep that in mind. I like to make the candles a little bigger because you got 8-point candles, right? Yeah. Decent sized candle. Okay, so that's what we'd be expecting, given that yesterday was a strong bear trend day. We'd be expecting sideways here on the open. Okay, meaning selling, buying, selling, up, down, up, down. Lots of reversals back and forth. Trading range. Trading range price action. So my strategy in a trading range is buy low, sell high. Let's go. Okay, that's how I trade that. That's how I trade that. Buy low, sell high, scalp. Which means we could look for a potential short here, right? If that is the top. But it's really early in the day, so it's hard to say where that top of the trading range is. Although it looks like it's here. Let's see. Where's the top of the trading range? This is always an interesting question. A little tricky to answer. Maybe here. That's my best guess at the moment. Because you can see right here. Resistance area. Right? And you can even see it actually goes here. Right? So there's a trading range. How do you know? Look at all the bars are overlapping. Pretty much every single one. Right? And there's lots of tails. Above bars, below bars, there's tails. So that's trading range. So when you see this structure, when you see this formation of candles, right? The way that they're kind of put together, they're all kind of smushed together, overlapping, lots of tails. You got dojis. Okay, those are the signs of a trading range. And when you have a trading range, buying below a bar or selling above a bar is an effective strategy. Why? Because the bars are overlapping, right? Think about it. The bars are overlapping. So if you buy or sell above or below, I mean, look at every single one of these candles. Like we went up a little bit and then we came down. We went up a little bit and then we came down. Up a little bit and then came down. Up a little bit and then came down, right? So if you're selling above any of those candles, you're making money. Same with the bottom. Same with the bottom, right? Let's say you bought below here. Well, take a few points of drawdown and then boom, you're in profit, right? This is obviously more bearish than bullish. So better to, if I am doing anything, I like to be in line with the bias, with the overall bias, right? So if the market's bearish and I'm scalping, I'd prefer to be short rather than long. I can also be long, but I'd prefer to be short than long. If you look to the left and there's a lot of selling pressure and the bias is bearish, I'd rather be selling than buying. Why? Because I'm going with the flow, right? It's like this massive rushing river. And the current is very strong. It's good to go with the current. Okay, so coming back up again here to test the top of this channel, right? We drew this line. You could see what happened after we got up here last time. So let's see if it happens. The same thing happens again. Are you guys trading this morning? You guys trading this morning? Or you just watching? Let me know in the chat. Looks like bear selling there, but let's see. A minute 30 on the candle, waiting and watching. Dancing. Best dance moves of any day trader on YouTube. I'll stand on that. I'll stand by that. Trading? It's all right. But those dance moves, damn. Alex P's grabbing a pullback. So short then. Alex short? David just watching. Cool, cool, cool. Hey David, why don't you try trading simulator, paper trading, man? And then you could trade with me, dude. Alex P, crushing it. Nice to hear, man. Nice work. Good, Alex. You trading NQ or ES? NQ, nice. Remember I said this was a possible lower low double bottom. Strong selling into the open. Let's keep watching this guy. Strong buy. And then some selling. Will this be the trading range? Will this be the top of the trading range right here? Straight line. And let's make that skinny. And there's the selling. Boom. Real quick. Okay, so the top of this candle is 51.10. Went 2 ticks above. It's amazing how often that works. That buying or selling above or buying below. Buy low, sell high. Ugh, amazing how often that works. Shout out to my man Ash Leaks. Ash Leaks, 3 rules of the chat. Let us know where you're watching from upon entering. Introduce yourself and your city upon entering. Okay. That's rule number 1. Number 2, positive vibes only. Number 3, talk to each other, not just me. Why? We're building a community here. That's why. Shout out to London. Nice, man. What part? Ash, checking in from London. Welcome. Happy you're here. And thank you for joining us. Guys, let's give a welcome to Ash, representing London. Okay, so our first check-in here. Nope. 720. Training range. One through 10. Training range. Considered selling 2 ticks above 1. But did not. And I like to do screenshots. I'll pop my screenshot in there. That's how I do my trade journaling. Next check-in, let's do 745. Okay, so we guessed it. We said we thought the trading range looked to be right about there. Exactly where the top of the trading range was. How about that? How about that, guys? You do this every day, day in and day out, year after year. It's like your eyes just start to be able to identify these things. It's amazing. And sometimes you get it wrong, of course. But oh my God, it's just so cool. It just pops out. You're like, oh, all right, right there. And it's exactly what the market respects. Now, why is this? If you're new, you're like, how could that be? This guy drew a box and said, sell somewhere at the top of the box. And then the market went right up to the top of the box and reversed down. Why? How could that be? Markets have memory. That's the phrase of the day. Markets have memory. That's how support and resistance works. So it's like a person. The market remembers important prices, and there's buyers and sellers at these areas. Man, if we would have sold there, we would have taken absolutely zero drawdown. Let's see what happens when we get to the low of yesterday. If we get to the low of yesterday. When I hear this song, I feel like I'm running with the bulls or something. Running with the bulls. It's a great picture. That's basically what we're doing, running with the bulls. Shout out to North London. Ash from North London, my man. We are running with the bulls and the bears, to be specific. So let's see what happens here. We're in the middle of the trading range. We call this no man's land. This area here, right in the middle. It's good to avoid that. Bears getting momentum. Bar 11, big bear bar closing on its low. Now, when you see a big bar like that in a trading range environment, usually the opposite will happen, right? So notice like here, for example, big bear bar. They bought it, right? We went a little lower, but then boom, we got this move up. It's a decent move up. Okay, so often when you see a strong move, right? That's a strong move in a direction, you'll see the reverse. But what you have here is you got a lot of selling pressure, right? Look at all that. Right at the low of yesterday. See what happens here. See if the bears can smash through this. Bad risk to reward on that trade. Rather buy down here. That's better, right? Pausing at the low of yesterday. Bears continuing to sell. Let's see if they can get a close below the low of yesterday. I'm not convinced this is the bottom, so I'm going to take this off. Waiting and watching. Patient, cool, calm, collected, at ease. It's a good entry, but it's forcing you to sell in the middle of a trading range. Not good. Sometimes that's okay if the context is good, and the context is good. Context is good here for a short, but I don't like the risk to reward. Right, because the stop will go there. That's 13 points. Not that bad. It's not great. We'll probably get there. All that selling, we'll probably get there. But I want to see what happens when we get to the bottom of this. Right. Good morning to you. Thanks for streaming in. You know we do this every Tuesday, Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific. So we appreciate you hanging out with us. I'm Brent. This is Trades by Brent. Trading always teaching us patience. So will the bulls buy that? I mean, what you could see is we're continuing this channel down, right? But now we're near the bottom. Right. Three consecutive bear bars, breaking out to the downside. Let's mark that red. See if the bulls buy it. You can see that trading range is a lot clearer. If we switch to the 2-minute chart, looks a lot clearer, but you could still see like there's buying and selling. So probably be some buying here. But you've got, notice you've got accelerated selling pressure. Look at 10, then look at 11. 11, probably 3 times the size of 10, and then look at the size of 12 and how much bigger 12 is to 11. So that's accelerated selling pressure. That means the bears are growing in strength, right? Which could make for a good short position. But the bears would need to close below bar 4, right? They would need to make a new low. And here's what I don't like, okay? You see how candle 12 went right near the low of 4 and stops right before it. That I don't like, because that's usually what happens in a trading range. Now, if 12 closed below 4, I might have felt differently. And also we're low, right? We went over 100 points down yesterday. So the chart is showing selling pressure and strong selling pressure. But I want to see what happens here at the bottom, at the new low. Will the bulls buy? I mean, they're trying. You can see them. So bulls tried buying first couple minutes of the candle. We're about at the midpoint of the candle now, right? It's been 2.5 minutes. This is a 5-minute chart, so the bar's halfway done. Now the bear's starting to sell, or the bull's panicking out. So maybe the breakout happens to the downside, but you know, I shared with you guys in this video chart patterns. You know, I made that video, chart patterns are bullshit, on my channel. It's a joke, right? I made a video proving that chart patterns are not bullshit. And I shared that these are support and resistance areas, right? So this is an area. So we want to watch what happens in this area in general, right? What's the reaction? Watch the reaction, price to line. Okay, so if this is the line, right? Let's see what happens here. I'm interested in some kind of, yeah, that's kind of what I want. That's what I want.
How much more do you want from me? More. How much more successful do you want me to be? More successful. How many records can my records break? More records. But I'm the best. But are you a different animal and the same beast? What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Looks like we need to go lower. Maybe not. Reversal. Trying to happen. Reversal. Struggling. Bulls got 5 points. 4 or 5. Right. Now let's see what happens below 4. Okay. This is what I'm curious to see. Notice. Some big ass candles, man. Average candle size 9. Crazy. So that's what I could see happening. See if we get filled on this. Maybe there's the reversal. Wow. One, two, three, four, 5 consecutive bear bars. What's it gonna take for the bulls to start buying? We don't know. 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 I'm being real patient, guys. I mean, real patient. I want a good price. Give daddy a good price. We just made a new low. But look at how nicely this lined up. Look at, all we did was we connected this point to this point. And look at how beautifully the market supports these trend lines. Look at that. Maybe to like the couple ticks. It's amazing. There's one big advantage that S&P E-mini has over many other things. These measured moves, trend lines, support and resistance areas get respected so precisely. One, two, three, four, 5 consecutive bear bars. Tails on the bottoms of the bars start to show buying, start to reduce the likelihood of a move down. A decent buy there. That just be impatient. I'd rather be patient and get something real good. You know what I'm saying? God. The amount of effort, the amount of time I've had to build up the discipline to be so cool, calm, and collected like this was like zero urge, zero FOMO, zero FOMO. I'm just happy to be here and just watch and just wait and be patient, right? I feel no urge. I feel no desire to just get in there because I know that it's taking a risk. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to invest my money, and this is my money, by the way. Okay. If I'm going to invest my money, I want to make it a good investment. I don't consider myself a trader. I consider myself an investor. Just short-term investing. Okay, so I'm going to risk my money for the next, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour. That better be a good investment. Bear struggling to get a new low. Okay, so that's again showing what you'd expect. The bulls would buy new lows and bears would sell new lows, right? In a channel, in a broad channel. Okay, this is either a trading range or a broad channel, basically the same thing. Instead of bear selling at new lows, right, which is what happens in a tight channel or a strong trend, they'll take profits at new lows. Why? Because they're not as confident, right? Because it's a weaker trend. So a weaker trend is just losing momentum. So when it's losing momentum and the trend starts to weaken, you want to take profits at new lows. And what happens? Bulls are do the same thing, right? They'll enter long at new lows, which is what happened here. That's this, right? Notice the same thing happened here. New low. Why? Because this low is lower than this low. Okay. So bear sold here, bulls bought here, which caused the move up. That's how you get a move up like that. So will the same thing happen here? Well, if we're in the same structure, which it looks like we are, yes, probably. You could do something like that. I'm not taking it. It's a bit murky. It's a bit unclear. Shout out to my man, Dr. D. Thank you. Thanks for the positive vibes. Sending them right back. We're being real patient this morning. Real patient. We've been sitting here waiting and watching, being so protective of this money. The more I sit here and watch the bears not start selling this and the bulls continue to hold the price here, the more confident I'm going to get in the bulls, right? Just very simply because of this same pattern. I pointed it out. Look, you got a new low. Here was the prior low, the end of yesterday. Today we made a new low on the open. That was 6:45 a.m. That was the low. Now we made a new low. And then what happened? Big move up. So that's what you're seeing now. But like I was telling you guys before, if there's selling pressure like this, strong selling pressure, 100 plus points moved down yesterday, I'd rather be in line with the current, with the flow. So if the market's overall moving down, I'd rather be short, not long. See what happens with the low of yesterday. Okay, so big tail on the top of 16, showing selling into the close, which means the bears are very confident and the bulls are not. Okay. Also, we're coming up on to bar 18, okay? And bar 17, bar 18, bar 19, something right around there, the market usually tries to reverse. Look at any day on the ES, any day on the SP 500 or the futures, whatever, same thing. Bar 18, which is 7:50, 7:55, 8 a.m. Pacific time, you often see the market trying to reverse. So that started down here, right? But also could start here. And 16 to me, because 15 is, you know, I guess you could call that a decent sized bull bar, although not really. You know, it's not a small bar. It's a medium sized bar. Let's call it that. Okay, good. But then look what happened on 16. The bulls did not get followed through, right? So the bears see that and they go, okay, the bulls are weak. They don't have conviction. They know that the market has strong selling pressure. The bears are still strong. And what happens? The bulls were hoping, right? We're hoping for a move up. Like I've been pointing out, like they wanted something like this. This was, you know, this was a 20-point move up on the open, okay? So they're expecting something like that, but then when you see 16, they could not even close. Look, let's measure it, okay? The midpoint of the candle was here. Notice the candle closed below the midpoint. So bulls could not even close above the midpoint. So that shows weak bulls. So then the bears take advantage of that and they start selling again, which is what you're seeing now. And other bulls see that and they start exiting out of their positions. Okay, but here you also see, you got to always make the bear and the bull case, right? Here there was buying, right? There's buyers down here. So now we're just in this channel pattern. And I'm going to wait for a proper entry. One of the most important skills you could ever learn is waiting for a good trade. Just waiting for a good setup. And just being willing to wait. Are you willing to wait for a good setup? Are you willing to wait for a good opportunity to take your little soldiers, your little money, all your dollars, your little soldiers, you send them out into the market, right? Are you willing? Are you going to send them to get kills? Right? You don't wait for a good setup. It's like taking your soldiers and sending them out to just get fucking eviscerated. Right? You send your little soldiers out to get slaughtered. Don't do that. Wait for a good trade. Give your soldiers a chance to come back with a win. That's what I want to do. So bulls buying down here. Bulls bought here. Interesting. Okay, bathroom break. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, I do like that. Four minutes left on the candle. Let's give it a little time. Whoa, what happened there? I'll put us at a 7.5 point stop. Let's sit again. Okay, and we're in. Reduce that risk. Minute left on the candle. And then profit target down a couple ticks. And we did it. We did it. We did it. Okay. Nice and patient on that one. All right. If you see me dancing, that means I made money. Gotta do that money dance. Come on. Ow. Come on. Oh, yes. Come on. Let's go. We were patient. We were patient. We gave it time. We were picky. Okay. We didn't rush in. We didn't get impulsive. We let the chart tell us what to do. That's how you do it. Come on. Patience pays. Put it in the chat. Patience pays. Put it in the chat. Okay, so I just waited for some kind of bottom, right? That's really all I did. And notice I entered on bar 17. And the reason why I entered on bar 17 is because the candle could barely close past its midpoint, right? In fact, it did not close past its midpoint, right? So I just started to see that there's buying pressure down here, right? Notice, like I was saying before, support and resistance area. So this is the support and resistance area. I think I was saying like around here, right? Near the new lows, right? So we push into this area. Well, check it out. We pushed into this area and then we got to move up, okay? Then we pushed into this area again and we got to move up here. That's why there's a big tail on the bottom of this guy. Okay. And then we pushed into this area again and we bounced. Okay. So we're bouncing here, bouncing here, bouncing here. Okay. But then this guy here was like, that shows weak bulls. Bulls lacking conviction because the candle could barely close past its midpoint. But then we came down here, okay? And then this showed that you got a higher low. So here was the low, and then now you made a higher low. So as soon as you make a higher low, that's the bare minimum requirement for a bull trend, right? You need higher lows and higher highs, right? So we hadn't started making higher highs yet. And we hadn't even started making higher lows yet, which is why I wasn't interested here. Although this is technically a higher low, right? But I wanted to see a more clear higher low. So that's why I got long here, okay? And then, you know, I considered holding that for a swing, right? Because this could get the bigger move up, right? But when you see the candles with this much hesitation, I'd rather be taking profits quickly, right? Because there's still a lot of overlap. on all these tails. And we haven't broken out to the upside. So we may have found a bottom, right? And this might lead to a very big move up, right? We might retrace a good amount of yesterday. Look on the daily chart. You know, this is a possible failed breakout below this bear channel here, right? And also, you know, we're testing something here. Yeah, we're testing this guy. Okay, we're testing February 22nd low, right? So, you know, really what you've got is a trading range here, okay? I mean, because you went up and then you went down. So you could even draw the box like here. This is a possibility. This isn't something I would necessarily start trading based on, but let's just draw it and then we'll check back later and kind of see if that's actually what's happening, right? Bull's getting followed through. Beautiful. God to say, it's so satisfying to be so patient and then pull off the win. That's a great feeling. And I promise you guys, I have made my mistakes. I still do. I made some mistakes yesterday, but it's a beautiful feeling to just be so disciplined. Taking on something difficult, trading, and then doing it well. That's satisfaction. That's where satisfaction in life comes from. Now bulls have two decent looking bull bars on the chart. And you can see the momentum is exploding to the upside. But you still have all that selling to the left. So the question now is, can the bull sell above? Sorry. Can the bulls buy and get the close above the moving average? That's what we're looking to see now. Because we're still technically in this bear channel. Bulls trying to get the wedge bottom, double bottom, depending on how you look at it, right? There's a double bottom. There's a triple bottom. A wedge is a triple bottom. There's a higher low double bottom. There's a lot of ways to look at that. But you still have all the selling to the left. So if you're bearish and you see the chart and you go, oh, if I'm bearish, I'm willing to sell at the moving average. Yeah. If you're bearish, that means you think the price is going lower. And why wouldn't you think the price is going lower? Look at the daily chart, right? I mean, we're literally breaking out to the downside. But obviously, for everything you think, someone thinks the opposite, and they're probably smarter. That's a good mantra for trading, by the way. Whatever you think, someone thinks the opposite, and they're probably smarter than you. If you want to trade well, really get that statement. Let's just measure. Yeah, very slow moving bull trend, which you know, it shows weakness on the part of the bulls. It just gives bears more reason to buy. But the way bull channels work is they can often look very weak, right? So, and unless the bulls do something on this chart to show that they're taking control, right? Unless there's buying pressure on this chart that's strong. You've got two pairs of bull bars, right? But we still haven't closed above very many bars to the left. I mean, look, the highest close so far is here, okay? 20, check out 20. 20 closed above what? 7 candles to the left. It's not a strong breakout. So the odds are going to favor the bears until the bulls do something impressive. Which means that's a possible sell. See if we get filled on that. And we're in. Hans, Bitcoin bearish at the moment. Bitcoin bearish at the moment, but in a trading range. So both buying and selling. Getting out of that. I don't like the bulls are buying into the close. So we're going to get out break even on that guy. You're welcome, Hans. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Sorry, had to manage that trade. Yeah. Let's draw the trend line on this guy. Let's draw the trend line like this. Yeah, so we're breaking the trend line. Yeah. We may get the move down. Okay, so we sold there. Let's just mark that. Sure. It's a decent trade, but this candle, right? This is a weak entry candle, and I just don't like it. I don't like to enter on weak candles. I thought 21 was going to close near its low, or at least close past a midpoint. It did close past a midpoint, right? But do you see how there's a tail on the top and the bottom of 21, which shows buying and selling? And I want bearishness. Yes, the context is for the bears. Yes, but you know, we can also make the bull case, which is that we got a double bottom here, or triple bottom, right? 1, 2, 3. And now we're getting the move up. And that looks like what's happening. So thankfully I got out of that position, break even. All right, now let's look at Bitcoin. So this is what I see on Bitcoin. This is what I see. I see two things happening. One, I see a trading range. I marked this, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, maybe longer, right? And I just saw this, okay? So when you see this, you see up and then down. Okay, so I marked the trading range here. Okay, and then I've just been extending this, and then a few days ago, this was on Saturday, right? We went right to the bottom of exactly where I drew this box, which is a trading range, okay? And then so I extended it. So trading range means you're just going up and down within this range. So the question is not what's happening as much as how to trade this, right? So how do you trade this? Okay, that's one thing I'm seeing. The other thing I'm seeing is bearishness. I mean, look, right now there's bearishness. Okay, like look just at this part, right? If you just look at this part, right, you've got a bear trend. I mean, it's similar to what you're seeing here. Bear trend, right? If we put the chart like that, right? It kind of looks like that, right? Bear trend. It's a bear channel. Okay, so this is bearish, but Do you see there's a lot of tails? Do you see there's buying and selling? The bears are gaining momentum because they've got 3 bear bars growing in size, but there's tails on the bottom of each of those candles. This is the 4-hour chart, by the way. Okay. And then what you can see here is that we hit a bottom, we hit another bottom there. So yes, we are bearish here, but you have to look to the left, right? And you've got all that buying, right? If we zoom out, I mean, look, right? All that buying. Okay. So really we're just going sideways. And I drew this triangle here. Right. So I'd be looking to see what happens. If we break this area, well, let me put it differently. This is a support area, right? Support, prior low. So I would say, let's watch what happens when we get into this area, right? If you watch my how to draw trend lines 3-step tutorial on my channel, I say, watch the reaction, price the line. So if the line's down here, let's watch the reaction and see if the buyers come in down here somewhere. If they don't, and you get a strong breakout to the downside, then that's gonna change the situation. But right now we're in this trading range, and when you're in a trading range, you see there's buyers. If you get low enough, the buyers come in and push the price up. And if you get high enough, the sellers come in and push the price down, right? So it's bearish and bullish, really, overall. But at the moment, it's bearish, right? Interesting. Okay, so let's update this. Failed breakout below the trading range. Below the trading range or channel. It really depends on how you want to look at it. This is basically the same thing.
El chakra es un camión de remolque.
This price action sucks, guys. It sucks for trend trading. If you're trying to trade with the trend, this is awful. If you're scalping and selling above something or buying below something, it's good. So, an excellent trade. So selling here was not great, although that'll probably work out. Better to sell above, right? Then your risk is reduced a few points, which is good, and you know you're basically expecting the bears to come back down and test that low. But I'm seeing a possible double bottom, possible wedge bottom. And we had a 100-point move down yesterday. So I'm not excited to sell here. I was excited to sell here. I just couldn't get to it fast enough. So I was talking to you guys. That's why. I literally miss trades because I'm talking to you guys, trying to help you understand what's happening, trying to be of service, be of contribution. It literally cost me money trying to be helpful to you guys, but I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it because it feels good to give. It feels good to be of contribution. It feels good to be generous, and I'm grateful, baby. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here, and I'm grateful to have 18,000 subscribers, baby. Ow! Thanks to you guys. Bulls coming in. Bulls coming in hot. A minute left on the candle. Oh man, that is some strong buying. Look at the 2 minute. See if this candle closes near its high. If this candle can close above 22, you've got bulls definitely making a strong case. Trying to push. Pushing. Getting it. 35 seconds on the candle. $30, $29, $28, $27, $26, $25, $24.
Es un camión de remolque.
$10, $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, $4, $3, $2, $1. Hefe, no, I'm not Al Brooks. Do I look like Al Brooks, dude? Come on. Do I look like a 75-year-old old guy with no hair? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love Al Brooks. Yes. That's how I learned everything. That's my hero, man. Okay, so did 23 close above? Barely, but still. Strongest bull candle since the open. So this makes me suspicious, the fact that it couldn't close above. I think it did close like maybe one ticket. No, it didn't. That makes me suspicious. It's like, but good enough buy signal to enter. You just have to consider what the opposite might bring. Right? Because now you have a wedge. The 3 pushes up. 1, 2, 3. Expanding triangle, which is up. Expanding triangle is a major trend reversal. So here could be the move up. How dope are these beats though, guys? What other YouTuber has got dope beats like this? What other YouTube day traders got dope beats like this? Huh? Nobody. Where else you get hot beats like this? Where else can you get hot beats and dope trades? Huh? Nowhere. That's gonna be the new name of the channel. Hot Beats, Dope Trades. Dope Trades, Hot Beats. Bull channel. Tight bull channel. Philip, welcome. Guys, if you're new here, 3 rules of the chat. Introduce yourself in your city upon entering. That's rule number 1. So if you're new and you're just joining us, introduce yourself in your city. Rule number 2, positive vibes only. Rule number 3, talk to each other, not just me. That means if someone comes in, welcome them. Why? Because we're building a community, right? It's not just about me. It's about everyone. It's about all of us. Me and you, and all of you. We're building the most positive vibes day trading community on YouTube with the tightest, dopest beats, okay? So that means good vibes, dope beats. Good vibes, dope beats. Decent trades. Good vibes, dope beats, decent trades. Gotta write that down, man. That's making me laugh. Good vibes, dope beats. We gotta do it like this. Good vibes, dope beats, decent trades. Oh, that's good, man. Let's put it here. Good vibes, dope beats, decent trades. Okay, so is that worth selling? Maybe. But now you're in the middle of the trading range. So no. So we're gonna put the trading range here. Okay. And that's right in the middle. It's awful. That could be a t-shirt, right? Maybe we'll make some shirts. You guys want merch? I'll make them if you'll buy them. Good vibes, dope beats, decent trades. The reason why I love that is because it speaks of humility. If you're not humble, the market will make you humble. If you're not humble, the market will humble you. And if you actually trade every day, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's why I like that. Bulls getting 2 closes above the moving average, but look at 24. Doji. Weak follow through. Bulls, Bears taking advantage of that. Like you see 23, right? You see 23, this guy here. I'm trying to change the color. There we go. You see a candle like 23. You go, okay, strong buying. Strong buying. Right. This was a strong bull close. And it's a large bull candle. Okay, but so bulls bought here, expecting some sort of move up, right? Like an explosive move up. But then 24, doji, tail on the top, tail on the bottom. In terms of close to close, so this was the close of 23 to 24. The bulls couldn't even close a point above. They couldn't even settle 24 1 point above. Not even a point, 3 ticks. Okay. So then what happens there? That means that the bulls that were long here on 23 exited, right? They were long, expecting a move up, saw 24, decided that they were wrong, got out break even, and then the bears see that and they take advantage, right? So there were bulls who were long, you know, all along here. They were buying like we were buying. And then they see 24, which is a key moment, and they exit because 24 is disappointing. If you're bullish, 24 is disappointing. And what you want to see is momentum. You want to see continued buying. You want to see the buying get stronger, not weaker. So when the buying got weaker here, and look, if you look, there's a tail on the top and the bottom. That means there was buying and selling on that candle. It's basically neutral. So that gives the bears an opportunity to get in there. And that's what you're seeing now. So I was considering selling this, but I don't like selling closes. I don't want to sell and buy closes. I want to sell above or below a bar. So better trade would have been here, right? A ticker to above 23, going for the ATR, which would be more like my strategy, right? That would be the trade. Brought 1 to 1. I mean, you could even keep your stop tighter, right? So that'd be the trade. Going for 5 points there. Getting it. But I'm just being real patient. And, you know, I prefer when the market's moving stronger. This is weak. Let's count it out. From 7:35, right, for the last hour. It's 8:35 Pacific, 8:33. So for the last hour, okay, from here to here, that's 55 minutes. We've gone, let's measure. We've gone a total of 17 points in an hour. Okay, so that's a decent move up. It's a decent move up. But what's interesting to note about that is the candle size. The average candle size is 7 points. Average candle size here was 6 points. 6 points, 6 points, 7 points. So that'd be like 2 candles if they were stacked. But it just shows you that there's so much overlap, which means buying a close or selling a close is not going to be the best strategy. It would be better to buy below something or sell above something. And then notice the buyer's waiting right there at the low of yesterday. So that's interesting.
And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you fly?
Tigra, thanks for joining us. And by the way, Johnny, thanks for joining us. Shout out to my man Philip from North Poland. Philip, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. Johnny, represent Ocean City, MD. Thanks for being here, Johnny. Man, I appreciate you. 3 rules of the chat. 3 rules of the chat. If you're watching this, 3 rules. Number 1, introduce yourself in your city upon entering. 2, good vibes only. 3, talk to each other, not just me. Why? Because we're building a community. And this will be an awesome community where people talk to each other. That's the kind of community you want, right? So channel. All right, so when you see a channel, right, a lot of tails, a lot of overlap, oftentimes it's good to switch to a higher time frame. So this is a 15-minute time frame, and it'll give you a better sense of what's going on. So bulls continuing to buy, but they're buying low. They're buying low, right? They were not willing. They thought they might be willing to buy here, but then they panicked out here and they decided actually they're only willing to buy low. So if you're gonna buy, you want to buy low in this pattern here. But if this is the trading range, I always mark these trading ranges with the box. We went down and we went up there, right? So this is a resistance zone up here. Let's take that bar counter off. Maybe that's the top of the channel. Yeah, looks like it. Look. Not exactly a best fit, but whatever. Wedge. Wedge bottom. Bull struggling to get far above the moving average. But still in this bull channel. Just weak. And moving slow. Oh man, Adam represents South Africa. Guys, give my man Adam a warm welcome from South Africa. Welcome, Adam. Thank you for being here. Sometimes I like to look at NQ. 5 minutes. Man. Flat as fuck. Bears getting the close below the moving average. But Bull's buying it. Good vibes still beats decent trades. That's a t-shirt, man. We got to do the merch. Okay, let me just take a poll. Guys, poll. If I put this on a t-shirt, just like that, white t-shirt, black text, you know, maybe like some black and white candles like this in the background. Is that a shirt you'd buy? I'd buy it. Would you wear it? Would you buy it? Would you wear it? And maybe it says Trays by Brent on the back or something. But that'd be the front. Strong buying. Always be careful though if you see an explosion like that and the candle's not closed yet. Only in Helvetica. I love Helvetica, man. Have you seen the documentary for that, Adam? There's a documentary on that font. Is that something you've seen? Is that what you're saying that? Or do you just like that font? An amazing documentary on a font. Decent trades. So good. We got out break even. About a minute left on the candle. More water. I could see it like that, like something like that, with the candles like that. Right, that looks sick. Like that. I'll take a screenshot. Something like that. That'd be a cool shirt. Whoever gave me that idea, thank you. Or maybe like that. I don't know, but I like the idea.
Purchase your track today.
Bulls getting consecutive closes above the moving average. So it's you know, strengthening the bull case the more closes they get above the EMA. And you know, one thing about bull channels, they move differently than bear channels. Bear channels will move quick. Usually. Bull channels, they'll be real weak, but they'll just grind higher. And they'll look real weak. But you know, 4 hours later, you know, you'll have like a 40, 50, 60 point move. Bull's trying to get a higher high.
Purchase your track today.
Johnny. Yeah. Yeah. You get something, Johnny, for sure. Maybe a hat. A great track. All right, let's show the executions.
Purchase your track today.
There you go. Okay. I want to show those executions. Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay. Take our screenshot.
Purchase your track today.
So there's the screenshot. $8.48. Slow grinding. Weak. Weak, but slow. grinding, bull channel.
Purchase your track today.
Do not want to be swinging. Do not want to be holding / swing trading. So took 2 trades and out. First trade, long scalp for ATR. Saw oh shit, we need our bar counter for this screenshot. Let's try this again. If you guys want to see my journaling process, you're watching it. I hope you have a journaling process for your trades. Put that screenshot right there. So now we have that for safekeeping. Safekeeping. First trade, long scalp for ATR. Saw marked resistance area. Sorry, support area. Okay. Wedge bottom. Then saw close of 17 as confirmation. Of bears losing momentum and bulls gaining. Got short on 21, anticipating strong bear close and rejection at EMA, but candle close weak, so and exited break even. All right, so that's the session and that's it, guys. All right, I'm good. This is so boring right? And the problem is when the market's boring, if you sit there and try and force a trade, you're guaranteed to lose money. I'm just gonna say it right now. If you're bored and you force a trade, you're guaranteed to lose money. So I know better than to try and, force something. What I could do is buy and hold, right? And just trust that this bull trend is gonna continue to go up and that we'll retrace some of this crazy move down yesterday. You could see I was getting busy yesterday, okay? But, we're still in this range, right? So in order for me to really participate, I really need to see the reaction to this area. And I like to trade for 2 hours or less. Honestly, the less time, the better. But we did good, right? We did good this morning. And I thank you guys for your support. Now notice, my man Claudio, welcome, dude. You coming in right at the end. Notice we were patient and we were disciplined, and those are the two things for the winners. Like that's how you win in trading: discipline and patience. So I wish you discipline. I wish you patience. We're here every single Tuesday and Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific. So I'll see you next time. Much love. Good vibes, dope beats. decent trades.